Hello Andy, this is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
Still David, still episode 332 of the Warrant Game podcast. And the games we've been playing this week. So the first one was Eden Gate, The Edge of Life. Now, I'd not heard nothing about this game. It was just a really cheap game on the Xbox. So I bought it. And when I actually started playing it, I thought, do you know what? It's not what I would call a AAA sort of good game. But it was a very slow, very methodical, very nicely environmentally packed game as you wander through the environments. It looks very much like the Aliens aesthetic, so like the metal walls, the darkness, all that. And then, like, in my head, I was like, do you know what? It's like a walking simulator, one of those that you just keep walking along and things happen. And I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a good little game. Read some reviews and they were like, this horror game is absolute shite, nothing happens, blah blah blah. So, have some perspective. I'm sure it was made by a small team, and for me, it wasn't bad. It was a nice little game.
Oh, what is this? Oh, it's all over the place here.
Next game that I played was Soccer Story. Now, this one, I presumed it was made by the guys who did the Golf Story, but it's not. The graphics, I'm not a big fan of the sort of style that they chose. It looks very blocky, very weird. And for me, I always go back to was it Dodgeball Academy? Where it was showing you little bits and bobs of the game as you were playing the game. So you were playing dodgeball, so you played the dodgeball as it introduced things to you. Whereas this Soccer Story, the first 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe longer, is like you have to find 5 or so new people to play with. So you have to walk around the environment and then you have to do certain objectives to get those to join your team. And it's just very long-winded. I mean, after all that, it might get better, but the actual initial start of the game really turned me off. The controls weren't the best, the graphics weren't the best, so I'm just like, I can't be bothered with this sort of game anymore. So, if it gets better, please leave me a message, leave comments. Ship of Fools. Now this one, I got this to review. I did know nothing of it. I presumed, wrongly, it was going to be something like the Assassin's Creed sort of boats, or Age of Booty sort of boats where you control boats and shoot things. But yes, it's got boating bits on, but it's also like a full like 2D art style top-down view, a bit like the original Toe Jam and Earl sort of game. That sort of top-down view. It's a bit faster, a bit snappier. Graphics look very hand-drawn, animated. It looks quite nice, but simple at the same time. Do you know when you sort of say, oh, that looks like a mobile game? It looks like that. And I'm not a big fan of all these, multiplayer games. It's all focused on multiplayer. And unfortunately for me, it was like a focus wholly on the co-op sort of side of things. So there's me just walking around aimlessly on a 2D top-down map, and got onto a boat and have to press a couple of buttons to defeat a Kraken, I think it was, can't remember now. And it just wasn't for me. It could be good if you have a good friend and you want to play games with a headset and chat and just talk crap as you're playing something. So that it could be quite good for that. I'm not going to knock it. just because it's not my style of game. Next up, Demon Souls, the PS5 edition. If I haven't mentioned it before, I'm ill. I don't feel well. Demon Souls, and this one, it looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. Bluepoint have done an amazing job of like reinterpreting the graphical style of the game. Looks amazing. I don't think it's quite got the gameplay of the old games. I don't think it quite works as well as the old ones. But, you know, you talk about a game that's amazing. So, graphically, yes, but the gameplay is just not quite there.
PlayStation.
Next game, Tron Run /R. And this one is an endless runner where you run into the screen, so like the Crash Bandicoot style game. And I say endless runner, it's not. It's like each level is like a minute long-ish. And you have to run, jump, grind. And I was playing it thinking, that's not too bad. And then it got to the part of, oh, all the upgrades and stuff. And then all the microtransactions, like, oh my god, is this like a mobile game where they're trying to get thousands of pounds off you? So when I found out that, I was like, I'm not touching this game ever again. So, unfortunately, sorry Tron, not for me. Ice Age Scrat's Nutty Adventure. Now, I think we've come a long way with the basic platform games, but unfortunately this one looks and plays very much like a PS2 style game. The controls are quite tight enough. The movement of the characters not quite tight enough. It feels a little bit wonky, it just doesn't feel great. The double jump just doesn't feel good. Graphically it's a bit subpar. Yes, it's for a chill. Yes, the game is designed for children, but still, children deserve good games. And unfortunately, the Ice Age and Scrap, you can't just sell kids on that promise and give them a crap game. So unfortunately I wouldn't recommend that game. Next up we have Days Gone. Oh, yeah. Days Gone. And I actually really enjoyed the sample that I played of this game. The movement felt okay, not the best, but it felt good. Graphically it looks good. I love the hunting mechanic, I love the story, how it progresses. Like the bike controls, it's very arcadey, very floaty, very simple. But in this sort of game, that's what you want. You don't need anything amazing. And I could have sworn someone's just like watching me from... So there's a window right in front of me and I can see out. I thought a woman just stopped and was staring at me, but she might have been just putting the sweet in her mouth, I don't know. Days Gone. Looks nice, grimy, gritty, dirty. and the gunplay is nice. Everything just flows nicely in the game. I enjoyed it, I really did. I might go back into it and do more of Days Gone.
Ricky? How about me?
You're afraid to be here. You're afraid to be a part of something. We need you here, and that scares the hell out of you. We have to look out for each other. It's all we got.
You could have saved a few lives.
There was no hope, there was no time, there was no room, okay? We'd already turned on each other by the time the hordes arrived.
Hope you're right about your old lady, Deke. Gotta ask you something. What does it matter if everyone else is dead?
PlayStation.
And the last proper game that I played this week was Aqua Motor Racing Utopia. And this one originally came out for the Wii U. So that's how old this game is, 2012, 2013, that sort of time. And it then came to the PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if it's on the Xbox or not, but it's on the PlayStation 4. And I was like looking at the trailer for this, and it hit me what it was. The water effects look amazing, but all of the background and all of the jet skis and characters, they all look like a PlayStation 2 in high-res mode. So everything looks nice and clean and sharp, but it just doesn't have the definition or detail that you need. And I just think that the level design's crap. I really think the level design is appalling. And unfortunately that's where we are. Do not recommend Aqua Motor Racing Utopia. The water looks nice, and that is the only good thing about the game. Is it Zetex? Something like that. They were the developers, and I think we had interviews with them when we first started on the website years and years ago. Anyway, we've got reviews up on the website for Paradise Killer, for Ship of Fools, for Wano, and we've also on the podcast, on the YouTube channel, we've got our unboxing of the Evercade EXP. So if you're interested in any of these things, go look on our either YouTube channel or website, and you can see things from there. As always, well, not as always, but hopefully we'll try and get into a rhythm. Gran Turismo 7 series is still up every Monday. Unfortunately, we've not been able to get any of the other series done, so the Evercade, the Star Trek Online, the Worst Games Ever, and the Ridge Racer 6 series, they've been on the back burner for a while now. But we'll try and get things sorted soon. So we'll have a quick break and we'll come back with this week's news. So please stick around.